Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I have got a ton of gear and a ton of different things laid out in front of me, and I'm really excited to make this video because I'm going to be talking about all of my photography and videography gear that I bring with me on hiking and road trips and on travel that just make it a lot easier. And keep in mind, I have been collecting this stuff over 10 years now probably, so I didn't just go out and buy this all at once. It is just an accumulation of things that I use and the things that I love. So keep that in mind that I have been growing this collection for a very long time. And I will also have all of the items linked in my Amazon storefront below, so if any of the things that I talk about today interest you, you can find most of them there. As you know, I go on a lot of road trips. It is literally my job to go on road trips, so I have used and tried out so many different pieces of equipment for my videography and my photography to just make it easier. So I'm going to go through all of that today, and I'm going to start with one of my main items first, and that is this big camera bag. I used to have one of those backpacks that you'd unzip and it had the little compartments and organization in there, but I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I'm finding myself liking a camera bag like this easier. This is just the Amazon Basics one, and I don't even think this is the largest size that they offer, but there is a ton of different pouches and zippers and little areas on here. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it up, and I've got a good bit of my gear just organized and sitting in here, and I will be going through all of this, but I just wanted to show you the camera bag that I use. And I bring this with on my road trips, but I also just keep this at home here, and when I'm not using my camera supplies, I organize them all in here. It sits real nicely in my cabinet, and then I just bring this with when I'm on the go, and I kind of use this as my home base when I'm traveling. I try to fit as much stuff in here as possible so I always know where my camera gear is. So I usually just end up keeping it in the back seat of my car. Whenever I'm about to go on a hike or go see a scenic view, I go to the back of the car, grab all the gear that I need, take it with me, and when I'm done, I put it all back so it stays nice and organized. So let's open this up and I'll go through some of the things in here, but I've also kind of organized this video by camera. I have 3 different main cameras that I use. The first being my Canon T5i. This is getting pretty old. I believe this is about 8 years old now, so it doesn't do video very well and audio very well anymore, but it does take pretty decent photos. So this is mainly my photography camera, and on it right now I just got the 18-55 kit lens, but I also have a little bit more of a zoom lens here, and I actually bought this used on eBay of all places, and this is a 75-300 millimeter zoom lens. So those are the 2 main lenses that I use, and like I said, this is mainly my photography camera, and I love that I can just fit this in really nicely here in the little lens compartment. And I usually bring this camera hiking, and I really don't like using a neck strap when I'm hiking. That's why it's just kind of bare right now. I will remove and put the neck strap back on from time to time, but I usually don't have a strap on this because I use my capture clip. I just keep it right on the waist strap of my backpack. Some people like to put it on the shoulder strap, but I don't find it fits there very well for me because I have a bit of a larger chest. So I like it on the waist strap where I can just set my camera, grab it really easily, take a photo, put it back, and it works fantastic for carrying a heavy camera like this, something that you want to keep right near you where you can grab it really easily and put it back really easy as well. So I love my capture clip. I've talked about it in many videos in the past. It's about $75 or so on Amazon, but if you're a photographer and videographer and you have a big DSLR or anything like that, I absolutely love it for hiking because I really just don't like neck straps. When I'm out hiking, it just dangles or it'll slam and hit me, or it's risking hitting rocks and things along the way. So I really prefer the capture clip when I'm out hiking. But if I am just doing something like a little scenic overlook, I usually just carry my camera, or I put the strap on if it's something that's not really strenuous and I can just hang it around my neck. In here as well, I've got this little SD card reader. This is so easy to use. I just take the SD card out of my camera, stick it in this end here, and then this end I have a Type-C, and it goes right into my phone, so I can access all of my photos and videos right away on my phone when I'm traveling. I don't have to wait until I get home to see them or edit them or post them. I get access to them right away with this thing. It's also super cheap. I think it's like 10-12 bucks, something like that, and so far I haven't had any issues with it. It works really well, and I just love being able to have access to my photos right away whenever I want to. Of course, I also carry extra batteries with me when I'm traveling. I feel like cameras always die so fast, so I just bought a few extra ones. I always keep them with me, as well as the charger, and then I'm usually carrying a big backup power battery with me that I can plug stuff like this into so I can charge my batteries on the go. Or I usually actually just bring this whole case in with me when I'm staying somewhere at like a hotel or an Airbnb or a friend's house, One, because I don't like leaving it in my car just because it's expensive and I don't want to encourage people to break in. And two, so I can charge everything up at the end of the day. I can take all of my chargers out, plug in all of my equipment, and have them all ready to go for the next day. And lastly for this camera is SD cards. The more the better, the bigger the better. So I have one in here right now that is just a 256 gigabyte one, and I love having multiple ones to switch through, especially for when I'm filming video. Like with this camera, I'm using my Sony ZV-E10 right now to film, and that one especially, I love to have two SD cards in rotation, one that's in the camera and one that's plugged into my laptop with all of my footage on it. So then when I'm done with my footage, I wipe the SD card clean, stick it in my camera, and put the old one into my laptop, download the footage, and then just continue the cycle. So moving on to the next camera that I use is my GoPro. This is the GoPro Hero 12. I just upgraded it from my GoPro Hero 7 just during the summer months, and I love this GoPro so much. It has been just absolutely great to me so far. And of course the GoPro is just like the classic travel camera. It is so versatile, being waterproof, being super weather resistant, and then having so many fun different attachments and accessories, and it's just so durable, so rugged. I absolutely love this camera. My GoPro 7 was actually one of the first cameras that I bought for myself back in high school, I think it was. So I've been using GoPros for a very long time now. And I got this one from Amazon as well, but you can buy old ones used on Facebook Marketplace for really great prices. People are always upgrading these. They come out with new ones pretty often and people are getting rid of their old ones. So I would definitely look on used sites like Facebook Marketplace and eBay for old GoPros. And I have a ton of fun accessories for this that I love to bring with. The first being the gorilla arm that it's on. I basically keep this on here all the time because I can use it for so many different things. It is a tripod. It can wrap around poles or ledges. I can secure this to basically anything that I want to. So I love having one of these little bendy arm tripods on my GoPro. And I still have this shoelace attached because I stuck my GoPro to the top of our car with this mount, but I was a little nervous that it wouldn't hold correctly, or if anything happened, I didn't want the GoPro to go flying. So I had the GoPro on the phone mount, which was attached to the top of the car, and then I tied this shoelace on the inside of our car, so if it came loose, it would still be attached to me with the shoelace. But luckily, I didn't have to worry about that. This little mount worked great. Again, it was just a cheap one from Amazon. It has a very nice and strong suction, attaches with your regular GoPro mount, and I really love this one. I used it for capturing a bunch of footage as we were going to the Sun Road in Glacier National Park, so highly recommend this one. And then I also love these little time-lapse creators. I completely forgot that I had this with me on my big road trip that I just did, so I didn't get a chance to use it, which I'm really upset at myself for because I bought this new one specifically for that trip to use. But you just attach your GoPro to the top of it here, and it takes, I think, an hour to spin all the way around, but you don't have to let it sit that long. I think you can actually set the speed on it. You might be able to, so you can create super cool spinning time lapses. I set the GoPro to the time lapse mode, and then this just slowly spins over time to create an awesome time lapse. And then anytime I'm filming in water, just swimming or paddleboarding, I have just one of these basic little handles, and this is waterproof, it floats, it even has a little container so you can stick stuff like your car keys in there and keep them safe and dry. And then this part can even attach around your wrist. You can tighten it so you don't have to worry about it falling off into the water, but even if it does, it floats, and it has this bright orange handle so you can see it. So that's another fun little accessory that I love. But one of the greatest things about upgrading to this 12 here is that I now have really great usage of it in the app. So the GoPro app allows me to turn on and off my GoPro with Bluetooth just by using the app, so I don't have to actually press the button on here if I don't want to. So like I said, when I had it mounted to the top of my car, there was no way for me to really access all the buttons, to turn it on, to turn it off, to press the record button, and to turn off the recording. So I did it all from my app in my phone. It was literally so easy. Press the button, give it a few seconds to load, and it's on. I can see a little preview of the screen from my phone to make sure everything's in frame, and then I can press the record button and then stop it at any time that I want. So that is actually one of the main reasons why I upgraded from the 7 to the 12, is to have that really great app usage and to get those great Bluetooth features to allow me to use the GoPro without actually pressing any of the buttons or having it in my hands. And then I also do have a drone. I just haven't used it in years, and I'm really upset at myself for that actually. I want to get it out and use it so bad, but it's just kind of daunting to me because I have to relearn everything, get it all set up, and I know I really should and I can capture some great footage with it, but a lot of the times when I'm traveling to, I'm in national parks and you can't actually use drones in national parks, I think, unless you get special permission. So I do have a drone and I'm really excited to use it again. I just keep putting it off, but I will be using it more in the future. And then the last camera that I use is, of course, my iPhone. I have the 15 Pro Max and I love it for capturing footage. I think you really can use this for just about anything, especially if you're a beginner. Do not underestimate the power of using your phone. Plus, it is so convenient. You're carrying it on you all the time anyway, and it really is just super great if you're just starting out to practice, and there's so many good apps you can use to help you record and edit. You can get so many different accessories for it. One, like this tripod. This is the Sensign one, also from Amazon, linked below. I've had this one for years. I love it so much, and I bring it with me every time I travel to take those hands-free photos and videos. So when I'm not using my husband to record me and I want to get videos of both of us, I just use this. Plus, I use it all around the house to film as well, so definitely love this. One of my favorite accessories for filming with my phone. And with that as well, I love to have a portable charger. I bring that with me as well on all my hikes, all my road trips. I never want to be without power on my phone, so having a portable charger that's easy to use, I love the ones especially that have the cords built in, is very important to me, and I always carry one with me. So that is all of the gear and cameras and everything that I use to help me do photography and videography when I'm on the road, traveling, hiking. So I hope this helped you understand how I take photos and videos while I'm traveling and how I just make it easier on myself with all of the different gear. And if you're not already, make sure to go follow me on TikTok and Instagram because I post every day there. And if you're not subscribed to me here, make sure to do so as well. And thank you so much for watching.